Good morning, grade 9s. I'm just stopping in right now because I want to talk about an online assignment that you are going to work on and complete for me and submit digitally through the LMS, and it's a research assignment. It's entitled Stop the Tar Sands Flyer. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little background here. Our introduction is Alberta sits over one of the largest recoverable oil patches in the world, second only to Saudi Arabia. It covers 149,000 square kilometers, which is an area larger than the state of Florida, and holds at least 175 billion barrels of recoverable crude bitumen. Canada has become the largest supplier of oil to the US, with more than 1 million barrels per day coming from, it should say from here, the oil sands. Currently, 40% of all oil produced in Canada is derived from the oil sands. But oil sands are a fundamentally different kind of oil. They take a lot of energy and a lot of water and leave a very large environmental footprint compared to all other forms of oil extraction. Because of this, the massive changes to the boreal forest and the watershed have prompted the United Nations to list this region as a global hotspot for environmental change. In addition, oil sands projects are major emitters of greenhouse gases. They accounted for 4% of Canada's greenhouse gas emission in 2005, making it impossible for Canada to meet obligations set out in the Kyoto Protocol and now the Paris Accords for emission reductions. The health impacts of the oil sands are grave and range from on-site safety concerns to increased rates of cancers in communities downstream from the tar sand developments. So what you have to remember here, what I'm gonna clue you into, which is key, is that we've seen oil come out of the ground, probably in movies and TV shows, where they dig a hole and the petroleum oil comes out as a black liquid. And that's one way to get petroleum oil out of the ground. But oil sands are a different way that oil is stored in the natural world. And so tar sands is a different way of extracting that oil. And it is very, very, very detrimental to the environment. And so it's a different process. And what I want you guys to do is I want you to do a little bit of research on this process because it does affect us here in Canada. Okay? So what you're going to do is you will conduct research to further your knowledge regarding the Alberta tar sands and create an anti-tar sands flyer. In this case, I don't want you doing a brochure. The reason is because we will be submitting this assignment digitally. You will be emailing it to me or submitting it to a Dropbox that I set up. And so there's no way for me to get that assignment and then fold it properly and have it as a brochure. So it's going to be a lot easier if you just take one sheet of paper, one 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, and that's going to be the space that you limit yourself to, and just going to be one-sided, and you submit it so that I can look at it on my computer screen and then assign a mark to it. Okay? So do not do a brochure. I want you to do a flyer. Okay? So our purpose here is to provide you with the opportunity to acquire ethical, scientific, and critical thinking skills that you might need in order to make informed decisions about science in the media and to consider your responsibilities as informed Catholic citizens and stewards of the earth. Okay? So here's our parts of the assignment. Do a general search of the topic using the internet, magazines, or newspaper articles. Use the following links to help you begin your search. That doesn't mean you're limited to these links, but these are good places to start researching about the oil sands in Alberta. And some of them maybe are anti-oil sands, and some of them maybe are pro-oil sands. I don't know. That's for you to decide. Okay? But you are making an anti-tar sands flyer. Okay? There is no question that the Alberta tar sands are bad for our environment. Okay? So the final product, okay, will consist of a pamphlet. Nope, yours isn't going to be a pamphlet. It's going to be a flyer. Okay? So you don't have to fold it. It's just one sheet of paper. This says with information on both sides. So I guess the intention is is if you have a lot of information that you want to get across, you can do 2 sheets of paper. Okay, so if you open a Word document, you can go on the front page, you can go on the back page. I'm fine with that. Okay, so check with the provided rubric for important guidelines to follow when completing your pamphlet or flyer. Make sure you include the following information. So here's 6 points that you have to do. General facts, outline the issues. Impacts to habitats, vegetation, and native communities. You have to have some photos. You must have a map. You must provide some solutions stating what we can do to stop the tar sands. And you must provide 3 different sources in the APA format. Okay? So these are the 5 things. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. These are the 5 things you must research. And then the 6th point is you telling me where you got your sources from. And that will go on the flyer. Okay, your sources should be somewhere near the end of your flyer, separate from the rest of the information, but on the same sheet of paper. Okay. The evaluation for the assignment is included. Every person should submit the evaluation. Well, no, in this case, because you're submitting it digitally, I don't necessarily need to have this because I'm not going to mark it on paper. I'm just going to have a digital copy in front of me, and I'm just going to mark down your mark. Okay, so you don't need to submit the rubric, but the rubric is there for you to check. Okay. When is it due? Well, I have not decided when it's due yet. I'm filming this video a little bit ahead of when I intend on assigning this particular activity. So I will not set a due date in this video, but when it's posted, I will post in the announcements and on the Dropbox the due date. Okay. Now, the last thing that I wanted to do was hopefully show you once again the APA generator so that you can potentially create your APA references relatively simply. Okay, so hold on, let me see if I know how to share that screen as well. Okay. Open up Safari. Stop sharing. Share, let's see if it comes up. Okay. Safari is here. So we will go to an APA generator. So if we search APA generator, we should get an APA citation generator that opens up. And you should get this screen. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go back here to our assignment. I don't know if you can see this. I don't think it's coming out this way, but I'm going to pick a website here from your flyer, which no longer exists. And that one doesn't exist either. Oh, we're having some difficulty here. Sharing. I want to share this again. Okay. APA generator. So we'll click that again. I don't know what happened there. I apologize. Okay. We'll open up a new tab. There we go. And what we'll do is we'll search Alberta tar sands. Let's say we just grab first website that we see. Now, I don't know if this is a pro tar sands or anti tar sands website. I don't know, but I'm just using it as an example. I'm going to go to this citation machine. Okay. I'm going to have to select website, make sure APA is selected. Type the website in there. I guess search websites. Then underneath, this will pop up and I will say select. Okay. Some information will pop up. And I'll hit final step. Then I'll say create citation. And then this is what I'm going to copy and paste and put on my assignment. Okay. So whatever websites you choose to use, I'm not saying you should use this one. This one may or may not be helpful to you. Okay. Because it may or may not be a pro oil sands or anti oil sands website. That is for you to read and figure out on your own. Okay. But I've given you the website APA generator, so on and so forth. Okay. Stop sharing. Okay, so we'll set a due date for that. It won't be in this video, but by the time you're watching this video, then you will know the due date because it will be posted in writing on the website somewhere, so you'll know. And again, here's what I don't want you to do, and I want to make this clear and on video so that you can hear me and that you understand that this is what I'm looking for. I don't want this to be difficult. Okay, you have the 5 points that you're going to research. Okay, you're going to learn about oil sands a little bit. And then you're going to submit it. And I'm not marking it hard. I don't want you to panic about it. It's not going to be marked hard. Okay? We are all dealing with a crisis right now. And what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to think that everything is going to be as difficult or more difficult than it was at home. Things are going to be a little bit easier than they would be if we were in class regularly. Okay? So bear that in mind when you're doing research. Just do the points it tells you to do. What are the oil sands? Some facts. Give me some photos. Give me a map. Give me some possible solutions for alleviating the oil sands. What are some of the things that we can be doing either as a country or as a society to deal with those oil sands? And then call it a day. Okay? Nobody is going to be marked down hard on it. Okay? So until next time, please work hard, stay healthy, stay safe, and take care. Bye-bye.